Sun's just coming up. I got bull elk screaming their heads off. This week, we're in Montana, hunting the peak of the rut. This is great. This is one show you don't want to miss.
You know, as Chad said, he's elk hunting in Montana, our home state. The boys and I are actually here at the house. We're kind of holding the fort down while he's gone, but you know what? We really would love to be with him. If you've seen Shoot Straight, you know we hunt together as a family. But with an archery hunter and a cameraman, I think 2 people in the woods today is probably enough. So Gage and I are here hanging out, and we're watching Walker and Wyatt shoot their bows, and they're getting some good practice in. Oh man, guys, that was a good one. Good, right in the target. Let's see what happens.
Montana is by far one of my favorite places to hunt elk.
This is awesome. There's a whole herd of elk up there. There's several bulls in there. They're competing for these cows. We're gonna slip up, get a better look, see if there's any really good bulls in there. As soon as they move in the timber, we'll slip in behind them. They're out in the open right now. Hunting elk during the rut doesn't get any better than this. That wind's blowing this way now, but they're all over this finger. If I try and move up this way, that could circle up in there and swirl. We've had swirling winds all morning, so what we're gonna do is back off and come back and give them another try. Key with elk hunting, when they're screaming, they're bugling, you know they're in here. If it's not right, don't force the situation. You can get a lot of action. So take my pack and my bow, head back out of here. It is 81 degrees up here in Montana, the middle of September. The rut is on. It's crazy. It's about 5:30, and those elk are already firing up. I can hear them off in the background. We've got a little bit of walking to do yet, but it's gonna be hot, but hopefully we'll get the job done. Got my PSE bow, my pack. Why don't you go with me, see if we can get close enough. Those bulls are fired up tonight. They're right over this edge. I can hear them real clear. Ooh, it's hot. I'm just gonna work it slow. It's bugling good.
The great thing about hunting elk during the rut is that you can hear them bugle, you know where they're at, and so you take your time to get the proper setup. I started by doing some light cow talking, trying to get the elk fired up. And sure enough, before long, I had a bugle. I had a big bull fired up in the background, and all of a sudden, here came a younger bull to check out my cow calls. This bull came right into us, but he wasn't quite what we were looking for.
That was really exciting. And that little 4-point bull, I mean, he was within 15 yards of me. That was awesome. There's some really good bulls in here, a couple 6s. They're still bugling. We're gonna wait it out, and maybe we'll get another good one.
Welcome back to elk hunting in Montana.
Perfect wind. We made it to the edge of the timber without being detected. Just up in here about 400 or 500 yards, bugling. Several bulls fired up this morning. Gonna work work our way in slow. See if we can get a shot.
Chad was truly enjoying this elk bow hunt. Because he was very cautious but yet aggressive, he stayed on elk. Let's see if he can make a connection with that bow.
It's real thick in here. Get through this thick part, it's going to open up. I know that from scouting up here this summer. They're all over up in here.
With Chad being a former world champion elk caller, elk bugling is a favorite thing for him to hear.
We know this is the area they like to bed right here. We were in elk all morning. It's 9:30. For the last 2.5, 3 hours, we have been in elk. We're gonna back off now. They bedded down, they quit bugling. It's supposed to be 85 to 89 degrees today. They're not gonna talk a whole lot. So we're getting out of their bedding areas. One of the things I've learned about elk hunting, give them their bedding areas and you'll be able to stay in the elk a lot longer for several days. So back off. Hopefully it pays off. We'll move back in on them. It's amazing what a couple days will do, though. There's about 25 elk in here with 5 bulls. Now, a couple days ago, there was 65, 70 elk and 10 bulls. They're all starting to split up in smaller groups. Will that make it easier to call them in? Well, it might be. But there's now satellite bulls just roaming without cows instead of in a big bunch. So we're back here. The bull is right there. He's a nice 6-point. And another bull down here. And a bull up here. And I got some satellites moving around. So we're going to watch. We got the wind blowing this way, so we got to let him get past us and then slip in behind. It's exciting anytime you have bulls bugling like that up here in Montana. There's that other bull. Goes another one.
There was no question in my mind that it was the peak of the rut, and these bulls were hot on cows. Making some cow calls was definitely the way to bring them into closer range. I just have to be patient and wait for the right moment.
Well, it's late afternoon. We were in on elk this morning. Couldn't get a clear shot on a bull, so we're back out and see if we can get in on them. 83 degrees right now. It is hot. There's hardly any wind. So we're going to move in. Those elk are in the shade right now. We're going to try and catch them as they're moving out of that, as they go into some feeding areas and maybe into water and even wallow. So let's see if we can get close enough with my PSE bow.
As the sun started to set, the elk started to move, and so did I, trying to make one more approach to see if I could get close enough.
We're sitting up here waiting for the elk to start talking. All of a sudden this black bear came running out and he kept moving. I had it ranged at 37 yards if he came out, but he came out and went back in. Never know what you're going to get a shot at up here in Montana. Elk, 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 elk. Right there. They're all coming out fast. They're coming this way and they're running. I don't know why. Let's cut the distance.
Like I said, Chad had been playing it cautious all week, but now it's time to get aggressive.
I got right in the middle of this bull and his cows and started to bugle. He thought another bull was right there and gonna steal some of his cows. The perfect situation. I'd already checked the yardage, so when he started moving, I drew my bow and waited for him to step out.
For the break, Chad had a bull fired up, ready, moving, and his bow was at full draw.
This bull stepped out at 41 yards. I was shooting slightly uphill, and my arrow hit its mark.
After Chad got his shot, he decided to go ahead and make some elk calls just to keep all the elk right there in the area.
I hit that bull. I hit him good right behind that front shoulder. My good buddy Linnell Ashley is running camera for me. He was with me the whole way. Okay, we're gonna let me settle down, let the bull settle down. We'll give him a good 30 minutes or so, but I think he's hit really good. Okay, I see there's dirt that's torn up here where he ran. Oh, look. Look at this. Really good blood. And there's more here.
Right away, we found a good blood trail, but we decided to wait and give the bull some time. By doing that, the sun started to go down, but we had a good Bushnell flashlight, the high-definition flashlight, and we knew we'd be on the trail of this bull.
Oh, there he is. Yeah, there he is. Oh, this is awesome. Check him out. What an awesome hunt. Hunting up here in Montana, middle of the rut. Nice 6-point bull. This is what it's all about. Now, I asked the Lord to help me find this bull and recover him when we were losing light. And I want to thank him for letting me be out in his creation, because this is what it's all about. Lord, I just thank you for letting me be out here and amongst your creation and able to hunt these magnificent animals. And I just pray that you would help us as we get this animal out, keep us safe, and be with our families tonight. In your name I pray, amen. Come on in, Linnell. Man, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Nice. He worked hard, and he really worked hard to help me with this bull. I appreciate it.
You bet. That's a nice bull. You had a good shot. We tracked him down, didn't let him stay out here tonight.
Yep, we got a good bull. And normally you see me shooting my CVA muzzleloader, but I got this new PSE bow and thought I'd try that because Montana doesn't have a per se muzzleloader elk season, so did that and had a great hunt. This is exciting. It's what it's all about. And remember, time with your family to enjoy God's great outdoors. We'll see you next week.